Hey guys, it is Jessica and welcome to my channel. Today I'm finally sharing with you all how I do my naturally wavy-ish, curly-ish hair. I think it's more wavy than curly, especially today, but I've had a lot of questions, a lot of requests for quite a while, honestly, probably for the past year, but I didn't feel confident in the products I'd been using because one of them had been discontinued, one of them was crazy expensive, so I was really excited to try a bunch of new products, and I've really found ones that are working really well for me, except for one product I'll explain, and I will tell you what my favorite is. I can't find a cheaper dupe of it. But before we dive too far in, you know, hair is personal, and this is the way I've been doing my hair for a very long time, you know, with little nuances changed here and there, but it's a very personal thing. So I've had a lot of people ask, you know, why don't you do the curly girl method? You should do it, you should try it. But for me, I'm really happy with the way my hair looks. Like this, I like this. I know not everyone does, but I do. And so I'm not really looking for a change in that way. And that's why I've not really responded a lot when people say that, because I'm like, I just don't really want to. Maybe in the future, who knows? But right now I'm quite content. And as always, I will link every single little product I mentioned down in the description box below. But before we dive in, I hope if you enjoy this video that you will subscribe and hit that little notification bell. I do beauty and lifestyle videos on my channel. I kind of do it all. It's a mix. And I upload 3 to 4 times a week. So I'd love to have you as a part of our little family here. And other than that, let's dive in. So we're gonna start at the very beginning, which is washing my hair in the shower. So I wash my hair pretty much every other day. I kind of have to because my hair gets just so greasy in the scalp. And with textured hair like this, dry shampoo can be great, but by the 3rd day, my hair and dry shampoo, it's just not working. It's knotting everything up. It just doesn't work for my lifestyle. So I shampoo my hair with the DevaCurl Low-Poo Delight, but it's their Weightless Waves mild lather cleanser. And I love this because it's sulfate free, paraben free, silicone free. It ends up cleaning my hair just enough, but it doesn't completely dry it out. Because if I use the shampoo that completely dried my hair out every single time I wash my hair, it would be frizz city, none of the waves would stay together, it would just not look the same. So I love that this is really gentle, but it still does get a lot of the gunk out. And then I condition with the DevaCurl One Condition Delight Weightless Waves conditioner. So this is kind of their Weightless Waves shampoo and conditioner set. This, again, it really is weightless, but I found that it still moisturizes enough to hold my waves and curls together once I'm done and I'm actually styling my hair. I feel like a lot of curly hair conditioners can really weigh my hair down because they end up being so heavy because they need to be moisturizing for those curls, but then it just weighs them down and I can't get the volume I like. So that's why I've been enjoying this. I am on the hunt for a cheaper version because y'all, these are not cheap and I wish they were. I feel like I've tried here and there different curly hair shampoos just in the classic drugstore brands, and I really haven't found anything that compares to this. So if you have any suggestions, please let us know down below because I would love to save money and not have to keep rebuying these, and I'm sure you guys would appreciate it too. So leave your recommendations down below, please. So once I've done that, I like to kind of wring my hair out really gently, and then I will use this hair towel from Kitsch. It's my favorite. I've tried the Turby Twist and those are great. I had those for years, but they don't last as long and they end up starting to smell. Even, you know, I wash them once a week and they just got this smell that I couldn't get out of any of them. So the Kitsch ones haven't done that to me yet. I buy mine on Amazon. They're like 15 bucks, I think, and they're lovely. And I'm just gonna let it kind of towel dry in there for a few minutes. So we are out of the shower. So at this point in time, I throw a little bit of skincare on my face, usually a vitamin C serum, an SPF, a moisturizer, and then I put some products in my hair. So I wanted to share that with you, but before I do, I did want to share with you guys what I do once a week. I grab a wet brush or some kind of really great detangling brush. I also like this Kristen S1 from Target, and I'll spray my hair through with a little bit of this SheaMoisture Extra Moisturizing Detangler. It's technically for kids, I mean, who really cares? But it has coconut, hibiscus, and it's got marshmallow extract, and this smells like marshmallows. It is the most lovely smelling detangler, but it really, really works. I love it. I just spray it through my hair and then I brush through with a wet brush, and it gets all of the tangles out. The reason I only do it once, really every week, sometimes every other week, is because I notice that my curls and waves don't look as good the day that I brush them. So I don't do it too often, but I do have to do it from time to time or else my hair will just literally become like dreadlocks, which is a look for some people, but it's not what I'm going for. So today is not a brush my hair kind of day. So what I do at this point is I literally take my hair out of this. It's been drying in here for probably 2 or 3 minutes. And so you can already see how some of my like waves are kind of sticking together, which is good. That's what you want. From this point, I take my trifecta of products that I put on my hair. So I've got newer ones I've been trying and I'm really enjoying, and I'm really excited because the ones I had been using, one of them was discontinued, the other was crazy expensive, and I was really looking for ways to save money for myself. I mean, I go through this stuff a lot. I'm always repurchasing, but also for you guys, so you don't have to spend the money. And I honestly think these products are working better than the ones I had been using, which is really exciting. So the first thing I do is I put some kind of curling, defining cream or lotion or gel. So this that I've fallen in love with, I'm already about halfway through, the Marc Anthony Strictly Curl Defining Lotion. I thought this brand was an expensive brand, but I think it was under 10 bucks, and I was like, oh. I bought it at Ulta when I was in store recently, so I get a pretty sizable amount. I use a lot. And then I flip, this is gonna be hard to do. I flip my head upside down, and I run it between my hands, and I literally just kind of work it through my hair by doing this motion, if that makes sense. So I put that on one half of my hair, and whatever's left I kind of run into the scalp area, and then I get about the same amount and I do the other half of my head. Like I said, I use a lot, but it really does make a difference. It's summer here where I live, it's super humid, and this has made a big difference in how my curls hold up. So like I said, I just run the leftover bits on my hands kind of through my scalp area, and that's all I do for that. The next product is from the brand Ava NYC. I bought this one at Ulta as well. It's their Main Magic 10-in-1 Styling Mousse with argan oil and baobab. It's got 10 benefits, blah, 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 blah. Listen, this, I can't decide which is like the miracle worker, this or the Marc Anthony stuff. It's one of the two, or maybe they're just perfect together, but this mousse, first of all, mousse is underrated. I feel like mousse is the thing that adds the volume to my hair and the definition more than anything. I do think the curling gel helped start that process of holding certain waves and curls together, but I feel like the mousse is what really locks it in and what gives it that volume, and that's what I'm always looking for. So when I travel and I don't bring a mousse, I've started to just travel with the mousse because there's a huge difference. So again, I kind of do the same thing where I go through 2 rounds, but I do one half of my hair then the other. So I shake it up and get a decent amount. And this time, instead of working it through my hair like I did using this action, this time I rub it in between my hands, and with my head upside down, I kind of push up against the curls, and I feel like it just really locks in those, and I'll even take my hands and kind of rub it against it, which I'm sure looks insane, but it works. So onto the other half of my head, I do the same thing. I rub it between my fingers, and then I flip my head over, and I just really grab my curls from the bottom and push it all the way up against my scalp. And then I'll just kind of do the repeated motion of kind of scrunching my hair together. That's where the magic is, those 2 steps. So now I'm gonna lock it all in with some hairspray, because I am gonna give my hair a little bit of time to air dry before I blow dry it. And this is where things get a little bit dicey. I have a favorite hairspray, and I just bought a new one, and I cannot find where I put it anywhere. And so I don't know if the bag, I don't know what I did with it, to be honest. So I need to buy it again. I've bought this for years. It's the Bedhead Masterpiece Hairspray. This stuff smells amazing. It's the exact right amount of hold. I buy the crazy expensive travel sizes. I buy those to travel with. Like, you guys, it's so good. And I have been struggling to find a cheaper hairspray that works as well and that smells as nice, and I cannot find one. I've tried everything. I've tried Tresemme, Aussie. Aussie is close, like their Sprunch or whatever it's called, hairspray. It smells kind of nice and it does a decent job, but it's just not as good. So the other 3 I've been trying is the Sebastian Shaper Plus. Doesn't work the same way. I don't think it's a bad hairspray. It just doesn't hold the way that I need it to. I very recently bought this OGX Shea Sleek Humidity Blocking Hairspray, thinking, oh, this is gonna be great. No, hated it. It made my hair super sticky, which is the opposite of what I want when it's humid out. The thing I've been using is this Nexus Maximum Finishing Mist. It's pretty good, but it just doesn't smell as good as the Masterpiece. So I do think it gives a similar hold, a similar effect. I got this at Target on a deal where it was like buy one, get one free. So now I have 2 of these. I do the same thing. I flip my hair under, and then I go ahead and spray it with hairspray all over. I might scrunch it a little bit with my hands to make sure the hairspray is really getting in there, and then flip my head back and spray the top of it to make sure that part is set in as well. Really, ideally, I'm trying to find a hairspray that's non-aerosol that actually works, and that's what breaks my heart because I'm pretty environmentally conscious and I'm trying to do little things in my life, but hairspray is like the last stanchion that I'm like, I can't find one that works, and I genuinely need one for my hair. So if you know of a non-aerosol hairspray that is just out of this world, please let me know. So at this point, we've got 2 options. This is when I have the time, usually when I'll just throw a little headband on and I will go do my makeup, and then come back and blow dry it. Or if I'm in a rush and I'm like, no, I need to blow dry my hair right now, then I'll just go on in and blow dry it. For me right now, I'm gonna go do my makeup for the day. You see that plenty in a lot of my videos, so I'm not gonna show that portion, but I'll be right back and then I will show you exactly what tool I use to blow dry my hair and how I blow dry it. Okay, we are make-upped. My hair has been air drying for a little bit. I actually ended up like breaking to eat something, so it's air dried a little bit longer. I have noticed that the longer I let my hair air dry, the better it looks once I blow dry it. However, if I only air dry it, it certainly doesn't have the same amount of volume as it does when I blow dry it. Does that make sense? So for me, like the perfect world on a perfect day, I give it time to air dry for maybe 20, 30 minutes while I'm doing something else. Then I blow dry it and my hair looks its best. I've also noticed that if I do let it just air dry, as long as I have those products in my hair, it air dries really nicely. Maybe not quite as volumized, but still nice. Whereas if I just let my hair air dry with nothing in it, it looks completely different. So the products do make a difference. So we're gonna blow dry our hair. Let me show you what I use. So I use this GHD blow dryer. I don't even know if this exact one is sold, but I will link the closest model I can find. Maybe I will be able to find this. It's an expensive hair dryer. This part, I just tried to get it off. It's really on there, but this part comes off and you can put different attachments to it. But this attachment, which so many blow dryers come with, even if it's a $20, $30 one, a lot of them come with this kind of an attachment. This is what you need to do what I'm about to do. So you don't have to buy an expensive one, but just making sure that you have this on it. I've had plenty of really great $25 hair dryers that absolutely do a wonderful job, but I didn't buy this full price. I think I got it on Look for like 50% off because it was like the year before's model, or you know what I mean, something like that. So that's always something to think about. They have a lot of hair drying tools on Look and Nordstrom Rack for like half off. Okay, so I typically flip my hair upside down and I turn it on the highest heat, the highest power setting to start off with. And I literally will grab the bottom of my hair. I'll kind of scoop some of my hair and push it up towards my scalp and then use the diffuser to kind of pump it up against my scalp. I know that sounds bizarre, but I literally repeat this action all over my head a couple of times, and it really serves to help volumize those curls because you're kind of working against it. I'll usually do this for about 1 to 2 minutes. It's not a super long process, but after a while, I will switch it to the cool setting and kind of give it a cool shot for about 30 seconds all over my head, because I do feel like that helps seal in the hair follicles a little bit and helps tame the frizz that is kind of hard to fight when you've got more textured, curly, wavy hair. So this is what it looks like after that first go round. So it was just a couple of minutes of doing that, and it definitely looks nice. I can still feel that it's a little bit wet in certain areas. So what I like to do is literally let my hair rest for like 4 or 5 minutes. So I'll brush my teeth, put my contacts in, that kind of, you know, whatever it is you might need to do. And I always say it's kind of like meat. A lot of times when you cook meat and it's done, you're supposed to let the meat rest for a certain number of minutes. And I like to think that I'm letting my hair rest, because we're gonna go back in a second and I'm gonna go back through for 1 more minute and kind of any of that wetness that's still in there, get rid of that. And I feel like giving it that time to rest, I can't explain it, but I feel like it helps keep the curls together, and that last little bit helps add just a lot more volume, because you can see there's definitely volume to my hair, but it can certainly get bigger. Oftentimes I'll throw a little bit more hairspray in my hair at this point just to lock in what I've done, lock in the curls and waves. That way this next go round with the high heat blow drying, it's not frizzing it out. So I'm just grabbing the Nexus. On a wonderful day, I'd be using the Bedhead Masterpiece. But just kind of quickly giving it a little bit of a zhuzh. And I really try to get the top of my head a decent amount, because I feel like that's where a lot of the frizz will show through for me while I'm letting my hair rest, because I've already like brushed my teeth and put my contacts in. This shirt is from the site Madison and Mallory. I just recently ordered a bunch of clothes from the site. They're so sweet and I love them. They have a YouTube channel, it's 11th Gorgeous. They are lovely and I love their sense of style, so I love that site. But they ended up sending in this and a couple of other just like extra items for free, and that was so nice. So thank you guys if you're watching. But I love this shirt. It's so appropriate for me. We've been resting, so I'm gonna give it 1 more shot of the high heat and we're pretty much done. So we are done. This is about the point where I just kind of mess with it a little bit. Not too much, you don't wanna mess with your curls too much. But just kind of figuring out where I wanna part it. It's usually right over here for me. So this is the final look. I feel like I am in a really good spot with how I'm doing my hair. I'm really happy with it. Obviously, I know that it's a lot of products and it's a lot of, you know, blow drying. Obviously, blow drying, not great for your hair. Products, not great for your hair. So making sure that you are really cleaning out your hair once a week or every other week with a really clarifying shampoo to get all of the gunk out. I have two favorites. One that's more inexpensive, the Neutrogena shampoo that looks like this. I'll put it on the screen. I don't currently have one. That one is amazing. It gets your hair squeaky clean. You need very much, but you also don't want to use it every single day. I mean, that would be killer. But it gets all the gunk out. And then another favorite of mine is the Briogeo, what is it actually called? I'll put a picture on the screen, but again, I'm out of that one too. So I need to pick one of them up. I'll probably pick up the Neutrogena one next because I haven't used that one in a while and it's really good. They're both really great. The Briogeo one kind of stimulates your scalp a little bit too. And so if you have any problems like that, you might really love that, but it's definitely pricier. But usually when I do that to my hair and I use like a deep cleanser like that, I like to follow it up with a deep conditioning mask. Again, one of my favorites is, it's not sponsored by Briogeo, I promise. But another of my favorite is the Briogeo deep conditioning mask. I really need to buy a new one. I almost stopped at the store to buy it, but it wasn't open yet when I was dropping my daughter off and I was like, dang it, because I genuinely am really missing that. So that one, but I also like, and I haven't tried this in years, but the Aussie 3-minute like Miracle Moist, I know people don't like that word, but deep conditioner, that one is so amazing. So that's one worth mentioning that I think I want to pick up. Maybe I'll pick that one up first just to try it again and to save money. I mean, hello. But I like to pair a deep cleanser with a deep conditioner. That way, even though I am stripping my hair of all of that gunk, I want to make sure I'm putting moisture back into it. But another way I give my hair a break, since I do heat style it with a blow dryer, is that I will just let my hair air dry. You know, I'll still put some products in it, not always every single thing you see here. Sometimes I'll just put like a nice moisturizing cream into my hair just to kind of seal the ends together just a little bit, and I'll just let it air dry and give my hair a break. And some of my favorite little things to do with my hair, I wear it down often. I like a low pony with really textured hair. I think that can look really pretty and like Disney princess like Belle. So that's one thing I like to do, but putting just a bobby pin right here is one of my favorite things. Let me just show you. I have quite a few cutesy bobby pins I can link below that I love. I literally will just take it right above my ear and push it up, and it just ends up looking like such a cute little hairstyle, and you really haven't done much, you know what I mean? But it's one of those things that can just totally amp up any outfit. So I've been doing that a lot lately. Another thing is just a good old-fashioned headband. I buy like cheap packs of headbands, and you could just do it like this, even with your hair parted, just to hold it back a little bit. You could also just straight up like push your hair back and actually use it truly like an old school headband. And I just feel like that can be really cute, and it's kind of coming in style again too, which is exciting. Of course, you can get like much thicker ones, velvet ones with bows. There's so many options. It's something that I feel like a lot of us forget about, wearing headbands, but it's actually really nice and really convenient, and it can be really cute. So I hope that this was helpful for you all. I would love to do an updated version maybe in a year or two if I'm trying different products or trying different methods, whatever. I will certainly share that with you all. If you have recommendations for amazing hair products, especially for more inexpensive shampoo and conditioners for like curly hair or wavy hair, please let us know down in the comments. That way, not only for me and my reference, but for all of your guys' reference. I feel like that'd be really helpful. There's a lot of brands out there that I personally haven't tried that some of you guys have, and you've had great successes with it, and it's way cheaper than DevaCurl, which is crazy expensive. Am I even saying that right? So other than that, I hope you'll subscribe to catch more of my lifestyle and beauty videos. I kind of do it all here on my channel, and I upload 3 to 4 times a week. And I hope you'll also come chat with me on social media. I'm really active on Instagram and Twitter more than anything. It is jambeauty89 everywhere. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.